So welcome back to DC Silver Age Storytime, and today's story comes from Action Comics number 309, published in February 1964, with story by Leo Dorfman and art by Jim Mooney. Radiation is flooding the city. We're all doomed to die, Kara. Quickly, into this rocket. We're sending you to join your cousin Kal-El on Earth, where he has become the mighty Superman. Oh, Mother, Father, how can I desert you now? You can't ask me to do this. I know I'll never see you again. Here is the great saga for which thousands of readers have clamored, the tale of Argo City's Day of Doom. In these pages, Supergirl will relive the most tragic events of her life, the destruction of her native city and the loss of her beloved parents. But not even Supergirl is aware of the weird climax of the untold story of Argo City. So, Linda Lee or Linda Danvers, and Dick Malvern are out at the annual reunion of the Midvale Orphanage, and there is a raffle for getting a ride on Superhorse. Look, they're selling raffles for a ride on Superhorse, and here he comes now. Isn't he handsome? Let's buy some tickets. Maybe I'll win a ride. So she does win, and she is flying on Superhorse. Look at Linda ride. She isn't scared in the least. Not even Supergirl would be more fearless. Speaking of Supergirl, I wonder. So Superhorse picks up his thoughts and tells Supergirl, and so she falls off to assuage his belief that she might be Supergirl. Brother, how clumsy can you get? Anyone who flops off a horse's back like that can't possibly be Supergirl. So keep your spirits high, children. Someday all of you will find a life of happiness with foster parents who will love you as if you were their own. I'm not sure. These kids are kind of old for getting adopted. But this young boy found his actual parents. He was swept away by a flood, and now he's reunited. But Linda thinks back to her own parents who have passed away. But that night she has a dream. Kara, daughter, we're alive. Someone calling me by my Kryptonian name. It's my real parents, mother, father. Linda, what's wrong? I heard you calling us. I was just dreaming. How can I tell them? I was calling out for my real father and mother. Thinking about Kryptonian parents must have caused my nightmare. And the next night she has the same dream again of her parents reaching out to her. I saw them again, Zor-El and Alora, my Kryptonian parents. They were begging for help, as if they were alive in some kind of prison. I keep seeing them as ghosts. It's impossible, but what if they were still alive and trapped in the Phantom Zone? What if they never died? What if they were trying to communicate with me telepathically from the Twilight Dimension? I must check. So she decides to, she uses the Zonophone, invented by Superman to help him monitor the criminals exiled in the Phantom Zone. I don't see my parents anywhere in there. I'm acting foolishly. I know they're dead. It's Comet. He's coming to ask if I have any missions for him. I'll ask him to use his telepathic powers to see if he can detect those mental voices I've been hearing in my sleep. Yes, Supergirl. I hear a faint mental voice. I'll project it to you telepathically. Daughter, we escaped alive. We're in the zone. In the zone. In the zone. That message might mean that my real parents are imprisoned in the Phantom Zone. But this could be some kind of a hoax planned by the Phantom Zone criminals. I must know. So she asks her parents to help her out. She's going to go into the Phantom Zone temporarily just to check and see if she has any evidence. The worst, what a reception committee, the worst criminals of Krypton, General Zod, whose android army nearly conquered my planet, and those other infamous criminals, Cruel and Professor Vacox, and Jax Orr. Why are you outcasts following me? Our mental powers have probed your mind, Supergirl. Your parents are in the zone, all right, but you'll never find them. Mother, father, where are you? Can you hear me? Oh, answer me, please, please. We could tell you where to find them, but we won't. Your search is in vain. So she comes across Jer M. You're not as bad as these others. Help me find my parents, and I'll try to get Superman to pardon you from this phantom prison. Oh, I don't deserve a pardon, Supergirl. My crime was so great that I'm ashamed to tell you what I did. If not for me, all Argo City would still be alive. I'll try to make up for my crime by telling you where your Kryptonian parents are. But the criminals decide to use their mental powers to block his ability to tell her. Your father and mother are exiled zone phantom survival. And so she decides to give up. The skunks. How they must enjoy teasing me. So she leaves the Phantom Zone. The 10 minutes were up. We brought you back as you requested. Did you accomplish your mission, dear? Not yet, folks. I wish I could confide in them, but I can't bear the thought of hurting them. But I don't understand. How could your parents have survived the radiation that wiped out the population of Argo City? There's just one way we might find out. We'll use the chronoscope which Superman invented. So this device can look at the light waves or light rays that emanated from Krypton all those years ago, and she can. I don't know how she hears the sounds since I don't think any of the technology would work, but. She looks in on Jor-El and Zor-El outside Argo City. That non-breakable plastic dome is my greatest experiment, Jor-El. It contains a germ-proof atmosphere that can wipe out all diseases in Argo City. Your work may be in vain, my brother. I believe a nuclear chain reaction in the interior of the planet will explode Krypton within months. I've heard your theory, Jor-El. You worry needlessly. Nothing can explode our mighty planet, but it does. And she sees Kal-El escaping Krypton and Argo City being blown off the planet. My father, Zor-El, was chosen leader of the survivors. These nutrition machines can manufacture food and drink out of raw chemicals. Our population can stay alive indefinitely. However, the ground is turning radioactive due to a nuclear explosion. Quickly unroll the sheet lead from the laboratory will block the radiation, enabling our people to live. The ground was anti-kryptonite, a rare form of green K which can harm only non-super Kryptonians. And so later he gets married, and they have a daughter, Kara, who the baby looks weirdly old. We cannot continue as wanderers in space. I am designing a jet drive which will guide Argo City towards some habitable planet. Here are the plans. We're installing the drive tomorrow. It works. We're orbiting toward that distant yellow sun. Perhaps we'll find a planet where we can land and build our new life. And one of the Kryptonians in Argo City discovers he has super strength, another invulnerability, and one can fly. According to my calculations, that yellow sun we are approaching would affect all Kryptonians this way. Its solar rays energize our bodies and give us mighty powers. I have been observing the distant planet Earth. There my nephew Kal-El has become known as Superman. As soon as we master our new powers, we'll join him. We'll establish a race of super beings. And so Superhorse sees young Kara, who temporarily had superpowers even on Argo. However, get down, all of you. The gods of Krypton would have given you wings if you were meant to fly. You have angered the gods by leaving our red sun. It's Jer-Em, the superstitious fanatic. He wants us to return to our old orbit. Jer-Em, we can't let your superstitions stand in the way of progress. There is nothing wrong with being superhuman if we use our powers for good. Your science has gone too far, Zor-El. The gods will punish you. So Jer-Em ends up using his superpowers to push Argo City back away from the yellow sun, and so they all lose their powers. And unfortunately, what's going on here? We've lost our power of flight. I hurt myself by falling. I'm no longer invulnerable. Our superpowers, they're gone. Yes, I wiped out your superpowers by turning our jet drives and guiding Argo City back towards the red sun. I obeyed the will of the gods. In a solar system with a red sun, we have no superpowers. Jer-Em is a madman. Seize him. He must face the Justice Council. So he is found guilty and put into the Phantom Zone. So that's why Jer-Em was sentenced to the Twilight Dimension. And later on, quickly into the house, Kara, meteor swarm is smashing holes in the leaden shield, releasing deadly radioactive. We're all doomed. We have some weeks before the radioactivity poisons us. Only one thing can save the people of Argo City from ultimate destruction. The Phantom Zone. Don't tell me you want to send us all into that prison with Krypton's worst criminals. But he has a plan. He's found a different zone called the Survival Zone that he's going to try to put them in. But the ray gun is a failure. It didn't project us into the Survival Zone. I'll destroy it. And meanwhile, he launches Kara to save her life. I always assumed that everyone in Argo City died, but now I'm not sure. I'll focus on the dying city to see what happened after I left. They've set up a disaster headquarters in Argo City. As chief scientist, my father is in charge, and my mother is helping. Sector 3 reporting, radiation is flooding the area. Only 2 survivors. Oh, their transmitter has gone silent, so all the people in Argo City are dying. The radiation is pouring into our headquarters. We're the last to go. But now it's our turn. Goodbye, Elora, dearest. Mother, father, I'm watching their last moments. Oh, why did I put on the chronoscope? I can't bear this torment. The radiation must be affecting my vision. You seem to be disappearing, Elora. You too, darling. What's happened? Can it be the radiation or... I have it. I thought the survival zone ray gun didn't work, but this radiation caused a delayed reaction. We're going into the survival zone. We'll be safe there. Oh, what a pity we didn't know this before. We could have saved all Argo City. I understand it all now. My real father and mother never died on Argo City. They're still alive and well in the survival zone. Then you're not an orphan. How wonderful. All these years I thought they were dead. Why didn't they contact me? Perhaps they couldn't. The survival zone may have been drifting in a remote corner of the universe for years. They had to wait until it approached Earth. Our years of loneliness are over, dear. Our daughter knows we are living. I know she'll get us out of the invisible dimension so we can join her at last. Mother, father, I know you're close by. I can sense your presence somehow. I don't know how I can reach you, how I can help you escape the zone, but I promise to use my superpowers to bring you back to the world of reality. Our daughter, I'm so proud of her. I long for the day when we can hold her in our arms once more. And so, after long years, Supergirl finds her lost parents. But how can she save them from the survival zone? How will these startling events affect Supergirl's career?